Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh, hi. Oh, hi. Peoples. Hello. Hi. How are you? Hello, everybody, and welcome to the, that thing I do every Monday. That's called a podcast. You know, that fun thing where I have, a new people from Zombspawn come on. Did I just say a new people from Zombspawn? I'm really tired. I had a long weekend, and it was a lot of fun. I'm kind of sad it's over, but yeah, here I am. I'm back to my live stream world. I have like two lives, I have my one life, and then I have this life. It's kind of like my second life. Ha ha ha! Somewhere Josh D is face palming. Anyways, hello everybody, and welcome to podcast number 11. And wait, who is my guest tonight? Hey guest, are you there? Who are you?
I am known by the community as Jherr94, but in QZW, I'm DJ Silva.
So, turned down for what?
Yes, that guy.
Oh, yes. Yes. The guy who, in the very first match of Season 3 of QZW beat Scotty Hollywood. Right?
Pretty much, and put his head through steel steps.
Yeah. Got a pretty big pop on that one. So this is your first time on the... Actually, I haven't had a repeat guest yet on Zombie Talk. This is your first time. What do you think of the name? Is Zombie Talk? Is it sucky? Does it sound okay?
I've heard worse.
Okay.
It's okay to me.
Alright. What would be something that's worse?
Am I allowed to say this?
As long as it doesn't cause any harm to chickens.
See, I've seen a few podcasts on Twitch, and I don't pay much attention to them, so I don't really remember their names. That's my issue with that. Probably because I have a selective memory, which allows me to not remember certain things.
Well, I wasn't asking you to trash someone else's podcast. I was just saying.
I know.
But you said you've heard worse.
Trash. That's.
What is something worse?
That's
Smooth Sailing with Admiral Spencer.
Who would want to ever listen to that?
Ask for something worse.
I bet.
There you go.
I bet John Chaos would listen to that podcast. Smooth Sailings with what? Who was it?
Admiral Spencer.
But where's Heavenly Melanie in this?
You don't want to know that.
Okay, I won't ask then. So, all right. So there's could be worse names out there. That's cool. That's cool. It's not the best, but it's not the worst. That's about. It goes on par with what other people have been saying on the podcast. So that's kind of the answer and the response I was expecting. Of course, half the time when people say that it's an okay name, I'm just figuring that they don't want to. They just don't want to be mean. But deep down inside, they're like, "Oh, that's a terrible name. That name sucks."
I can legitly say it's probably a very good name for a podcast.
Wait, how can you say it's probably a good name? See, that right there tells me that even you aren't even confident in trying to say certain things.
You want me to be honest? I'm not confident in anything. So
You said
I've lost confidence in practically everything I know.
you said I bet it's probably a legit name to me. That doesn't even make any sense. Anyways,
You're not the only one that's tired.
right. So, why are you tired? What have you been doing?
Was at my grandma's, and when I got home, got yelled at. So I'm
Why
kinda.
did you not clean your room or fold your clothes or do the dishes or take the trash out?
No, it's none of those. It's my I don't really want to air out dirty laundry, so
Ah, so you didn't do your laundry. Okay.
shut up. No, fine. I've been having issues helping a certain person, so
All right. Well, you don't
uh,
have to get all person. I don't care anyways
yeah,
about your
I just
life.
want to avoid the personal stuff.
I don't want to hear it anyways. I could care less. I'm just kidding. You did hear that I was kidding, right?
Yeah, I heard. Don't worry.
All right. Oh no, I wasn't worried. I wasn't. Okay, maybe I was a little bit worried. All right, so you've been busy and stuff, and I've been busy and stuff, and has Gil been busy and stuff?
I've been doing a lot of homework and watching people go to porn films at our theater. But other than that, fine.
Wait, what? Oh,
50 Shades of Grey is out.
yeah. So, you work at the theater, and so what is that all about? Because I don't know anything about it.
You either work box, concession, or usher. And if you're usher, you clean the theaters, change the posters.
No.
Back,
I meant, like, what is the movie about?
50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah.
Bondage.
Bondage. Like, type.
It was apparently a Twilight fanfic, and then it got made into a movie. Yeah, like tying people up, whipping, that sort of thing.
And doing them?
I know, I barely look into that movie,
So
so I don't
did
want
it?
to watch that.
So did it do good?
It made, like, I think 85 million.
Is that good?
Yes.
Is it better than
Its
Guardians
production
of the
budget
Galaxy?
was 40 million. No.
It didn't do better than Guardians of the Galaxy?
No.
So it didn't. So two people strapping each other up and doing each other like it's Vlad Alucard and Sid Phoenix did not do better than I Am Groot.
No, I don't believe so. Let me just make
Okay.
sure on that. I'm going to check that and make sure.
All right. While Gil researches that, let's go back to Jherr. So, Jherr, what's with the name Jherr? I already know the answer, but for those that actually don't know,
Well, it should be pretty obvious. The J is for the first initial of my first name. Jherr is my entire last name. It's German for Mister.
Wait a minute.
And
You're German?
yes, yes.
Whoa. You're on Livewire. And you're German.
I am not Herr Wolfgang. That was a character that was I think it was a character that was around before I even came to Zombspawn.
Yeah.
It was.
Okay. Guardians of the Galaxy beat 50 Shades of Grey. But Guardians of
Yeah.
the Galaxy probably wasn't the biggest one last year or this year so far, is it?
The biggest one this year right now is American Sniper, although it depends on when you count when it really comes out. American Sniper did like millions and millions of dollars. I think Guardians of the Galaxy was second. I'll have to check.
That was a good
I'm pretty
movie.
sure
I liked that movie.
it was.
Yeah. That's why QZW had to switch to Wednesday a couple weeks back, because I went to go see that. 50 Shades.
Okay, it was second only to Mockingjay.
Oh, that stuff. Those things.
But very close. I mean, only by 3 million.
The only Hunger Games I would have is with that main girl's boobies. Right, Jherr?
Okay.
What, you don't
Yes.
agree?
I haven't seen the movie, so I don't know which girl you're talking about.
You don't know the Hunger Games girl's boobies?
Haven't seen the movie, haven't read the books. Yes, I'm a loser.
Oh. Well, I haven't read the books. I just saw the movie. Oh, there's two. Oh, yeah, the second one sucked. Right, Gil? But the first one was good.
I didn't watch any of the movies really. It's all just a bunch of teenagers killing each other. All of them made money.
Yeah. And plus, that dead guy is in this one. You know,
Yeah.
the guy that died, and then they brought him, they CGI'd him or whatever. I don't know.
Oh, Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Yes. Yes.
He's still in the he was in the third one. I'm not sure if he's gonna the third part one. I'm not sure if he's gonna be in the third part two.
Did Snape really kill Dumbledore?
Yes.
Oh, God. Were you terrified upon hearing about that, Jherr? That Snape killed Dumbledore?
Well, I can't remember which movie that was in, but I'd have seen.
It was
all
in
the-
Harry Potter.
Yeah, I know it was in Harry Potter. I can't remember which Harry Potter movie.
I think it was the last one, wasn't it?
But when I was pretty young by then, but I'm still probably the youngest one here. But still, when I heard that, I was like, well, killing probably one of the biggest characters in that movie, in my opinion. That's what disinterested me from Harry Potter.
I was sad when...
Yeah. Even if it may have happened in the book, which I've also read the Harry Potter books, but that was a long time ago, so I don't remember much of it anymore. Even if that happened in the books, I feel I may have missed that, but when it happened in the movie, I was saddened and disinterested from Harry Potter upon that point.
So you were also sad when Tyrese died last week on The Walking Dead, even though in the comic books he was supposed to have died a long time ago?
See, I really haven't found time to watch The Walking Dead, so I don't know much about that.
Well,
There's dead, and they walk.
Well, you can go fuck yourself then.
Like I said, I'm not gonna air personal issues. So
Wait, what? You have a personal issue against The Walking Dead?
no, it's not against The Walking Dead. It's the reason I've been busy.
But The Walking Dead's been on for like 6 years now.
Oh, I must be a very big loser then.
Okay, maybe not 6 years, but same thing. Alright, so
I hardly watch TV as it is, so
yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Well, do you watch wrestling?
I admit, not as much as I used to.
Did you
Yeah, I
watch?
still catch it. I still catch it here and there. WWE, I still catch here and there, but for the most part, I haven't watched it since last year's WrestleMania.
Huh. Okay, well, what do you watch
Doesn't
then?
mean I'm not up. That doesn't mean I'm not up to date with it, because I do. Because since I'm a big wrestling fan,
Oh,
even if I haven't had time or just never cared to watch it, I still try to keep up with it as much as I can.
alright.
All I really watch that's WWE nowadays is NXT. But I do pay attention to what certain superstars on the main roster are doing. For example, Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, even Seth Rollins, and Luke Harper. Those guys I keep up to date with.
Okay.
Other than that, I haven't watched much of it.
Okay, so who's the world champion right now?
I watched the Rumble, so Brock Lesnar.
Who's the Intercontinental Champion?
Bad News Barrett.
Who's the U.S. Champion?
Rusev, I think.
Who's the Tag Team Champions?
That one,
No going to WWE.com, you cheater.
I'm not going to that. I'm trying to remember. I haven't paid much attention to the tag division because hasn't been interesting lately.
Oh, just pick the only one that you can think of.
Usos.
Is that really the answer?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Who's the women's champion?
You're asking the wrong guy the wrong question.
What's the answer of that? I don't think even Gil knows.
Oh, it's Nikki Bella.
Oh.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's
don't
that's
act like.
why I stopped.
Don't act like.
That's
That's
I
how
stopped
I.
caring.
Yeah, I'm sure.
No. I was gonna say that's why I stopped caring is because she is the women's champion or divas champion, if you want to be correct. It's just not that interesting to me. I don't care for the Bellas.
He could have said anybody else, and then after he said it, you would have been like, "Oh, yeah, that's right, I remember."
No, that's not true.
Oh, the women's champion's JoJo.
Who?
No, it's like I could have just said anything.
I was saying, I didn't say that. Okay, maybe it came across that way, but I was meaning it to come across like, well, that because I was trying to say that that's somebody that I don't care about, so I didn't think. So I don't know. I'm so confusing myself now. Great.
All right, so how about TNA? Have you been watching it?
Here and there, it's gotten better, but it's not. It's still not to the point where I'm really into it.
I like Destination America because it has ghost shows on it. Did you know that?
I didn't know that because I Only knew about Destination America once I heard TNA went there.
Me too.
Never heard of it since before that, so.
Same here. But somehow I keep flipping the channels and I come across it and there's ghost shows playing, so I always watch it. And I always see advertisements for TNA. Apparently, Mr. Anderson came back on Friday.
I didn't watch that Friday, so which was last Friday?
Yeah, like 3
I
days
didn't
ago.
watch
Friday.
it then, so I didn't even know that. I
Yeah,
really need to catch up.
and he has like a beard now.
How big of a beard?
It's not as big as that Bam guy, but it's pretty big.
Bram?
Yeah. Bram, yeah.
Yeah, him. From what I have seen from TNA, apparently because Bram and Magnus were a team at one point, but now I guess they're turning them against each other. That's what it seems like to me. I don't know.
All I saw was James Storm has like Abyss and like a couple Japanese guys with him now in a stable.
He's got a stable. I think I can name all the people in that stable. I think it's Korra, which is Khora. It's Indian for lost or Hindu or something. I don't know. Then there's Manic, who is the masked guy, which the same Manic that was formerly Suicide, I think. Yeah. Then there's Sonata, which is the Japanese face-painted guy. And Abyss and James Storm. I think those are all of them. If I'm missing someone, then I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I caught a little bit of it on Friday. That was the first.
I have heard. Sorry to interrupt. I have heard that Awesome Kong is back in TNA too.
Yep. So I caught like a couple minutes of it on Friday. That was like the first TNA I've watched, and when was the last TNA I watched? Oh dear, I can't even remember. Let's just say years plus.
I stopped watching around 2011 or 10, one of those two.
Didn't you go to a Slammiversary?
Oh yeah, I did, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, so that was the last TNA I watched. But on that show, was that before or after Aces and Eights? It was.
I actually have gone to a Slammiversary myself.
That was last July. Did they do Aces and Eights before or after that?
Last July, it was after. That was after Aces and Eight, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, because Hogan wasn't there.
I think Aces and Eights ended like late 2013. I don't know for sure though.
Okay. All right. I don't know. It all runs together for me anymore. But yeah, WrestleMania next year will be in Dallas, and I'm going. Don't you wish you were me?
Yes.
No, you're not Chris Jericho.
Don't you wish you were me? Do. So yeah, that's gonna be fun. I've never been to a WrestleMania. I've been to a WWE pay-per-view. I've been to a TNA pay-per-view. I've been to like countless Raws and SmackDowns and house shows, but I've never been to a WrestleMania.
That's the opposite of me. I've never been to a live wrestling show except for a local show, which was okay at best. But yeah, never been to a WWE show, never been to a TNA show. and I've always wanted to.
So yeah, we'll be taking lots of pictures when we go next March. It's going to be a lot of fun. But there's plenty of time to talk about that, and there's also plenty of time to talk about QuakeCon, too. That's happening in July.
That's something else I want to go to, but because I'm in Washington, I don't have the availability to do so.
But you have the ability to run Washington Wrestling Organization.
Yes, because I do that from my own room.
Dude,
Anyway.
that sounded so funny. I do it from my own room.
Wow, now I just realized that sounded kind of wrong.
Yes. So, Spokane or Seattle?
The local show or WWE?
No, Spokane or Seattle. Which one is better?
Never been to Spokane, and I do love it in Seattle, but I'm more of a country-ish, because I prefer living in what would be considered the countryside of Washington. So I live in a forested area at the foothills of the Cascade Mountains. Let's just say that.
So what direction of the state is that?
The Cascade pretty much separates the state right down the middle.
So you're on the east side?
On the west.
Wait, so you're by the ocean?
Basically, yes.
You're by the Pacific Ocean, right next to Oregon.
No. I'm in Snohomish County, which I guess is the middle of the state. The Cascade Mountains.
Do you even know where you live?
I can tell you the name, and it's a mining town.
Gold Bar, Washington.
Yep.
You want to know how I knew that?
Because I've told you before.
No, because I'm staring in your window right now.
Ha ha.
And I would pay Gil $20 in a bet to just now that you looked over at your window.
No.
Dude, I'm broke.
So, have you ever lived anywhere else, or has it always been Washington?
I've always been in Washington. I mean, I've never moved either. I've been in this same house for 20 years.
Are you 20 years old?
Yes.
Have you ever taken a vacation to another state?
Actually, when I was little, I went to North Dakota to see my great-grandma before she died.
Have you ever seen the Pacific Ocean?
Yes, I have.
How many hours are you away from the Pacific Ocean?
Took about 5-6 hours, I think, to get there.
Did you go swimming with the dolphins?
Actually, I have seen some whales, but I don't think I've seen any dolphins.
Okay. Because you need to watch out. Dolphins will rape you.
Then again, I think the only dolphins we have, and I don't know for sure though. I think because the only ones that are talked about near Washington are the orcas.
Yeah, I think those are the ones that like to, diddly humans. I don't know.
I don't think I've heard of anybody at least in Washington dying of an orca attack.
I'm not. I'm talking about an orca attack, but I'm not talking about people dying from it.
I just got the realization what you're talking about.
Yeah. So don't go
Don't.
swimming without a muffler. Anyways, so yeah, I know all about oceans since I live in Oklahoma. They're beautiful.
Yes, they're very beautiful, and
The
Sometimes
great Oklahoma coast.
sometimes when I go to the east on the border of Oklahoma and I see the Atlantic Ocean there, sometimes I wonder how long it would take for me to sail across the Atlantic Ocean and end up in Russia. Do you ever wonder about
th-
that?
this is news to me. Anyway, actually, I do wonder what it would be like to sail across the Pacific Ocean, even though it's much bigger than the Atlantic, largest ocean in the world. But I do wonder what it would be like to sail across to either Hawaii or all the way across to the Asian continent. Like, yeah.
So you can go to Japan and join Tommy Spud and become members of the Bullet Club?
Uh, I guess.
Uh-huh. So, yeah. Let's see. What else can we talk about? How did you find Zomspawn? Let's start there.
I'll be honest, I was looking through a WWE 2K14 streams, just came across Zombspawn by random.
On
Uh,
Twitch?
yep. And first show I saw on Zombspawn would have been MUW.
Ah, the good old MU dubs. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And did you join it?
I joined it. I joined CWE, which I realized I previously joined a while, probably a few years earlier. Don't remember doing it, but I guess I did.
So you joined QCW last.
No, I think the last thing I joined QCW probably before CW. Well, not before CWE.
So last.
I think there was another thing going on at the time, but I don't remember what it was.
Oh, I know what it was.
Some online thing that somebody was doing.
So Jherr saw all the feds of Zombspawn and decided to join QCW last. It's okay. You just hurt my feelings, but it's okay. Everyone has their preferences. I see how it is.
Let me just say, I may have joined it last, but I enjoy it more than some. I
Be
enjoy
careful
it the
about.
most. Let's say that.
Be careful about how you say that. You may say something.
Yes, I know. I'm gonna probably be hunted and killed soon.
Mm-hmm. So how did you decide to make your own?
I never have. I've always wanted to do something like that, but I've never had the equipment to do it. And then when I finally got a capture card, which now I realize doesn't work with an Xbox One, when I finally got a capture card that would work for the 360, I was like, okay, now I can do this. What I want, what I've always wanted. And from what I've seen with QZW, MUW, CWE, everyone seemed to have fun doing it. So I'm like, I want to have fun. And I feel I can do this. It was more of an experimenting phase at the time. But yeah, that's kind of how I came across to doing WWO. Because of the fact that it's something I've wanted to do for a while, but all I could ever do were forum e-feds, which is kind of why I'm burnt out of promos, because I've been doing that for about 4 years. So it's kind of burnt me out on promoing a bit. But I enjoy having people see my what I do, just like how you enjoy having people watch QZW, just like how Sean enjoys having people watch MUW. I enjoy having people watch WWO at just as much, even if it's a smaller group.
Right. Yes. I've been doing it a long time. Maybe even too long. So I know exactly where you're coming from. Indeed. So have you been able to do everything so far that you've been wanting to do to run WWO? Or are there some things that you still want to try to accomplish?
Well, currently I'm on hiatus because of personal problems going on, and stress of doing that, as well as those personal problems at the same time, just overwhelmed me for a bit. So I feel I needed a break. But anyway, for your question, I feel I've still got a lot I want to do. I mean, all I've done so far is, even if I hardly use Creative Story, I do use it, but not as much as QZW or MUW use it. I feel I still want to, because there's certain characters I have that are other people's characters that I want to try to let them feel like they made it. In my Fed, at least, they've made it by giving them a world title shot, which hasn't happened yet, but I want to give them what I feel like I accomplished something by having someone else feel like they've accomplished something.
Right. Yeah, and I can see that. Give, let people have different opportunities in different places so that they can try to succeed. QZW has been going on a long time, dating back to when it was RCWF, when it first started in '97. So it's got a long lineage attached to it. And the way things go in QZW is the biggest thing is show your longevity. You can't just walk in and within 3 months be world champion, It takes a lot harder to climb the mountain in QZW than it would in any other place, because simply how long it's been going down. So, once you reach that pinnacle, it means so much more, but it's a hard slog, so. But for a promotion that's new, it's actually seeking new people, and it's a lot easier to climb that threshold than it would be in an established QZW. So it's kind of good to have that counterbalance in Zombspawn, I suppose, for people that want to try to get success earlier on and do that, all the while working on improving themselves in their careers in an E-Fed like QZW. So that's kind of a nice variety of sorts to have.
Yep.
All right. So the first time you came to Zomspawn, it was an MUW show. Do you remember when that was? Have you been here a year now in this community?
Almost a year.
Almost a year.
I came to Zomspawn around May last year.
Okay.
So, and probably because I got a crappy memory as it is, I don't. The MEW show I came to, I enjoyed a lot, but problem is because my memory is so bad, I don't remember what happened in it. Well,
That's fine. I wish I could remember I wish I could remember what happened last week on QCW, but I get it all mixed up. I think it's my Alzheimer's kicking in at this rate, but yeah. And to think, I have a whole week of streaming this week, non-stop, every single night. In fact, I have to stream every night until the 26th, so that's really going to help my Alzheimer's a lot. Oi. That's going to be fun.
I looked at your schedule and I see Gears of War Wednesday and Thursday.
Yes. Yes.
I will still be available those days if you need someone to help you with those.
I do need someone to help me with those. I does, yes. And then Broforced on the 20th, and then I got a 24-hour Resident Evil marathon that I have to do this weekend. Oh my. Not sure if I can finish it. I'm pretty tired tonight, but I'll be okay after I get some sleeps. But yeah. Let's eFed Wrestling obviously is something that you really like to do and be a part of because usually when you stream
it allows me to be creative too.
Yeah. Because usually when you stream, 9 times out of 10, it's usually streaming something of edits or something. Right?
Yeah, that's mostly because I have this weird thing where if I get really into a game, then that's all I ever play. Which, I don't know. It's kind of something I've done that since I've had video games since probably the first time I got a PlayStation, I must say, which was around 2001, I would say.
So are there any games that you like to play?
Can't remember the exact years.
Outside of wrestling? Wrestling games?
I actually because I was given this game, I recently got really into a game called Banished. And I haven't streamed as much as when I first started. That's because I've been busy. But whenever I do stream, it's either 2K15 or Banished.
I actually do have that game, and I played it for like 5 minutes, but I didn't really get a chance to really get into it. It's a game on my bucket list, my to-do list, to go back and revisit, for sure.
I enjoy it. Even if it's just single player, which it is, I enjoy it a lot. There's no multiplayer in it, but I still love playing it. Probably because I'm really into those kinds of games.
Yeah.
Kind of why I like Age of Empires. Kind of like why I like Civilization. I'm into those style games. Strategy of any kind. Even real-time strategy like Command and Conquer. I enjoy those.
So now you got to start streaming them more.
Yes, I realize that.
Did you know my Civilization Beyond Earth still won't work?
And that saddens me.
It saddens me too, for the fact that I can't play it.
I paid like 30, maybe $40 on that extra copy just to give to you.
I know.
Which sucks.
I know, and I appreciate that. But it sucks I can't run it on this computer right now. I'm so angry. But maybe one time they'll patch it or something and it'll work. So speaking of Civilization, which Civilization do you like to play as the most?
In Civ 5 or Civ Beyond Earth?
How about both?
Civ 5... That's a tough one. First, I'll say the civilization I hate the most in Civ 5.
Is it India?
When the computer's playing it.
Or
yes,
Germany?
It's India. India. I really hate the computer when it's India.
Why?
Gandhi is an asshole.
But he's not supposed to be.
Oh, that's the surprising thing. He'll be nice to you, but then out of just randomly he'll go to war and nuke you if he has nukes.
That's no good.
I've had that happen to me so much in that game. And, well, now I'm going to say what I like to play as. In Civ 5, surprise, I like to play as the US. Even if they're not the best civilization, I just enjoy playing as America. I don't know why.
I'm sure Gil likes that answer.
I'm not paying attention. What was that?
Never mind. Pass.
And in Civ Beyond Earth, I actually enjoy playing as Brasilia in Beyond Earth. Because I guess they're the guys that are military based.
Uh-huh. Now I really want to try to get that game to work, because I have suddenly a feeling to really want to play it. Oh well.
It's so much fun. The only reason I haven't been playing is because I'm waiting for it to work for you.
I'm actually kind of surprised that more people haven't streamed it.
I know, I noticed that. People are playing Civilization 5 more than they're streaming or playing Beyond Earth. And I'm like, why? It's a great game. I mean, don't get me wrong, Civ 5 is a great game too, but you would think that because it's a brand new game, it'd be played more.
Yeah, you would. But, that's really weird. I guess people just got stuck with Civ 5 and they're like, man, this is just the greatest game ever, and they don't want to move on to the next one, even if it might be better. They don't want to put the amount of time in it to learn it.
Or maybe if it's some of those people that think they're diehard Civilization fans, that think that Civilization Beyond Earth is not a true Civilization game.
Maybe.
It could be that too.
I still want to give it a chance, though. I really would like for it to work so that I could play many hours on it. And I will at some point. I'm sure there will be a fix that comes out for it.
Yeah. Or I don't know. It's a fun game, but it's one of those games that after a while of single player gets pretty boring, and I've never played multiplayer on it, so that's why I've been waiting to see if you can get it fixed or if there's a fix that comes out for it, so I could try single player with you.
Uh huh.
I mean, multiplayer, not single player. Try multiplayer with you.
Did you like doing WWE online when it was happening?
I enjoyed it, yes. And if I wasn't so busy now, because if I wasn't so busy nowadays, I would offer to do it again.
Because um, you met Brett through that, right?
I think so, actually. And Brett has helped me with WWL quite a bit. In fact, him, me, and Doug are the three guys that basically do the booking for the show
Mm-hmm.
for WWL. Because if when I was doing it by myself, I was kind of stressed. So I asked them to help me, and they've been helping me ever since.
Are you excited for the marathon coming up next month?
Indeed, I am. And surprise, for the marathon, I'm going to be playing 2K15. But for the marathon, it's not going to be just universe mode like I've been doing on that game. I'm going to try to get some wrestlers that once I find out what the match card for WrestleMania will be, I'm going to be doing a simulation for that.
So you're gonna be doing the WrestleMania 31 card simulation at Zombspawn Mania next month
Indeed, I will.
on Xbox One.
Yep.
Is there any matches known right now for WrestleMania?
There's some being talked about, but I don't know. I don't know any that are confirmed for WrestleMania yet.
Because not even Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar is confirmed yet,
I
right?
heard that. I heard they were gonna switch that around.
Because the fans hate it so much.
Yeah,
Do you hate it?
I don't care honestly. I'm okay with Roman Reigns winning the Rumble.
I think Ryback should
I
have
mean,
won it.
he doesn't have the best mic skills, but he can, in my opinion, he's a great wrestler.
Mm-hmm. We all have favorites and all that, but I wonder.
You know who I think should have won it though? Bubba Ray Dudley.
Really?
No.
If he was the TNA character, then maybe I can see it.
I don't see WWE going Bully Ray anytime soon because that's a TNA creation. They don't want to feel. They don't want to steal something from TNA because TNA might sue them. I don't know. Something like that. I don't know.
Uh, I don't know. Like, I thought Ryback would have been a good one, but they ruined his character a long time ago. But
They
yeah,
tried bringing the Feed Me More character back, but it's been ruined to the point where I don't care for Ryback anymore. So,
yeah. So you shouldn't have too many characters to download on the community creations for the WrestleMania card. Most people should already
no,
be on
but
the
there
game.
is a. I just realized there's a match being talked about if he's up for it.
Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels.
No, No, that's not it.
What?
Apparently, I've been watching Bray Wyatt's promos, and they've been talking about, like, oh, you were loved. Now, I mean, you were feared, but now loved, so you're no longer a monster. Kind of thing going on right there. It's not in those words, but it's kind of something going on. He's not saying who it is, but I've got a feeling he's talking about Undertaker. So it
Or
seems
Sting.
like it's, even though yes, his streak is broken, it may, like, I guess they're trying to do a Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt thing for WrestleMania.
I could see
Even
him.
if the
I could see him talking
even if
about
the streak's
Sting
broken.
too. You were feared, but now you're loved.
Yeah, it could be Sting, but if from my understanding, the Sting and Triple H is going to be a WrestleMania match. So
Oh
I don't
God,
think,
really?
yeah.
Oh God. Oh.
Which is, it's not the best idea, but yeah, it might actually be a shitty match. I don't know. I do know is and I've heard that they're gonna try to do Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt, but at the same time, I read an article saying Undertaker was walking like he has no knees, and that he was in terrible shape after years of wrestling, you know? So, I don't know if the article is correct, but that's something they are saying. That's something that looks like they're trying to do.
Well, all right. So, but still, you don't have to download either of those.
Oh, and I already have the DLC for Sting, so because I pre-ordered the game, so I wouldn't have to download Sting or Triple H either if they go for that.
Yep. But you have to get the Usos.
No, I think they're in 2K15.
Oh, are they?
Think so.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Do you like 2K15?
I mean, they could be better, but I enjoy it as a casual gamer. I enjoy it.
But as an eFed?
I mean, as an eFed, it's got so much missing that it's not even worth doing an eFed on, in my opinion.
Do you think they'll bring all the stuff back for 2K16?
Here's my theory. And here's the thing I don't get. People seem to think that 2K16 is going to suck too because 2K15 sucks. My thing is, I'm not going to judge an entire series of games on one bad game. Which I admit 2K15 is a bad game, for eFeds at least. But, with that said, I'm going to be cautiously hoping that 2K16 is better. But because of the fact that and that's also ties in because I'm not going to judge an entire game or a future game off of one game that was bad.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's fair enough. I mean, I kind of am the same way. I'm not going to just say, everything sucks just over one mishap. Then again, they've been adding stuff and then taking it out the next year for absolutely no reason for years now. So I don't have any hope of there ever being the great eFed customizing game to be released. Maybe one day, but it's like it happens the past 3, 4 years. I just hold my breath and I wait and see what happens when I put that game in on my midnight release stream. And I go through those call options and look at what they all took out or what they all added in. Then I make my judgment call.
Yeah, that's my thing. I don't judge I won't judge a upcoming game until I own it or have it.
Right. All right. Well, a few people posted some questions for you for being on tonight's podcast. And the first person who posted questions was Gil. So I'll let him ask his questions to you.
You ready for this, Jherr?
Let's see. I'm as ready as I could be, I guess.
What are we turning down for?
Oh, we're turning down for, well, I guess we're turning down for the old people in the back. But me, I won't turn. Despite the theme, I don't care what the old people think.
Why don't we turn it up like Too Cool and Scotty Too Hotty?
You can turn it. You can turn down or you can turn up. It's not a big deal to me.
Have you ever been DJ'd in real life?
No, but in real life, no. But it's some on my wish list of things to do.
Will Outlaw be dethroned as QCW champion?
Can you repeat that?
Will Outlaw be dethroned as QCW champion?
It depends on who he's facing. If it's someone...
He's in a six-way match with Buzz, Green Void, Showtime Brooks.
That changes it. I think if he's lucky, he can come out on top. But for the most part, I think, yeah, he's going to be dethroned.
Will Graham win Ground Zero?
I think so.
And what drinks are best for a pay-per-view party?
Sex on a beach.
Okay.
All right, our next questions come from Flames, a.k.a. Marcus Vertinen and Sonia Vertinen. He asks, what is your favorite type of video game? Fighting, racing, puzzle, etc., etc.
Fighting and strategy.
Game names?
Mortal Kombat, Civilization, WWE, Age of Empires, Banished, RimWorld, stuff like that.
What is your all-time favorite video game console?
I've moved from Nintendo 64 to PlayStation to Xbox, and I would have to say the most reliable my favorite is based on how reliable it was, which was the silver PlayStation 2 I had. I accidentally put a lizard, and I got a funny story to this. I had a leopard gecko, and he has this lizard lamp. Apparently one of my friends put the lizard, as he was feeding the gecko while I was out of the room, put the lizard's lamp on top of my PlayStation, melting the outer case.
Uh-oh.
Yet, after turning it off and then waiting a few hours and turning it back on, it still worked. Like it was brand new. Except it had this big hole in the top of it. So to me, that PlayStation 2, which was the most reliable thing I've had, was my favorite console.
I can see the reason why you would say that. What is your all-time favorite video game?
People are probably expecting me to say wrestling, but that's not the case. My all-time favorite video game was actually a Mortal Kombat game. It was Mortal Kombat Armageddon.
Okay. So
Mostly because of the massive roster it had.
Were you able to catch Mortal Kombat during Retro Week?
I did. I think I did.
Mr. Cluckles beat Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3 in one night?
I think I was there for part of it, but because I was so busy, I didn't catch the entire thing.
Okay. Our next questions come from Vlad Alucard, aka Man Up Nybreed. He asks, what is your favorite type of pizza?
That's a tough one. I'll have to say a Chicago deep dish.
Alright, he asks, in a best of 7 series, WWO versus QZW, who would win?
Why do we have to fight why do we have to do that? I know for a fact QZW would win because QZW's been around longer than WWO has. It's got the more experience, I could say.
Okay.
Not even a question to me.
Alright, and now we're going to do a little bit of word association. So I will ask you a few things, and you tell me the first word that comes to your mind. Sound good?
Sure thing.
Alright, here we go. Starting with WWO.
My favorite thing I've done in probably forever.
Gil Thunderstrike.
America.
Tad Peters.
Unbooked zombie that has a lot of potential.
In one word?
What?
Tad Peters in one word?
Oh, in one word? Sorry. Unbooked.
Graham.
Pizza?
Duke Dice.
Coffee?
Goddess Dawn.
Clouds.
Josh D.
D.
Big D.
Fire!
Zombspawn.
Awesome.
Mr. Cluckles.
Chicken.
Pizza.
Yum.
The state of Washington.
Home.
Canada.
Possible home.
Really?
I've never been to it, but it seems, at least British Columbia seems like Canadian Washington to me. I don't know. I'm used to the cold, foresty areas of Washington, so that's what it feels like it could be for me.
WWE.
Blank.
WWF.
Great.
WCW.
What?
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Greatest wrestling I've ever seen.
NXT.
Future WWE.
Twitch TV.
Fun.
Vlad a la carte.
Blood?
Zombie Talk Podcast.
Great.
Okay. Good enough for me. Alright. Well, it has been an experience. Do you have anything else you want to add, announce, say, something we might have missed?
Well, currently WWO is on hiatus, but starting next week, I'm going to probably, because I can't seem to do it live as I want to anymore. Starting next week, I'm going to pre-record the show for Friday so I can actually do WWO while I'm not here.
Okay. Alright.
While I'm doing something else.
Alright. Well, with that being said, that concludes the interview portion of tonight's Zombie Talk podcast, as we now end it, like we always do, with the QZW report with Gil. Yay, and I hope you're able to find the results, because there's been quite a
It
bit
is on
of
the forums.
website and forum changing around the past 7 days. Ha ha ha!
Well, it would be. It's still on the front page of Zombie, but I went on the old Zeta Boards forums, which is still up for now.
Ah.
All right, Shimmer. Jazz was set to face Ditsy Dotsy, but Daphne came out and said, "No, no one's jobbing but me," and then she jobbed to Jazz. 2.5 stars.
Yeah.
Julie defeated Paige. I think during this time they were talking about why doesn't the old guard stand up to the new guard, and I thought that was a pretty good showing by Julie. So I thought that was a pretty good match. 3. Rasher defeated Yamashita Maharu in a big upset that once again throws the number one contendership situation into a tizzy, as Rasher defeated Maharu clean with a sort of a American Slam. And then Jade Sangreal and Sonya Virtanen. 3.5 stars for the Rasher match. Then Jade Sangreal and Sonya Virtanen defeated the Dungeon of Doom via the Humbling. And an okay match, but it wasn't enough to get them a title shot, I saw. At least not yet.
Yeah, the card needs to be updated, but again, this is the go-home show tomorrow anyways, so.
Did notice that all the old guard are in 2 divisions only, unless you count Ditsy Dotsy.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever Flower Child's in, but she jobs all the time.
Yeah.
I wonder if anyone, I'm surprised no one is just making a claim like, I want to be Intercontinental Champion. No one else wants to, so it'd be like, give me the belt. And I think Rita would be just like, okay, here you go. Leave my office.
Yeah, I could see that happening. Could.
On to Contagion, we have Norns over Just Insane. A repeat of last week when Mr. Troop did the same thing to Donovan Payne. So, Norns and Troop now have 2 singles win over the tag champs. Did they ever beat them in a tag match?
I can't remember.
I don't believe so. So, it's all about finding a way for Norns and Troop to isolate a member of the other team and try to eliminate that tag aspect. 3 stars. Joe defeated William James in what I believe to be a big upset. Joe is part of the Sinister Six, along with Ram, Bone, Jane, and 4 other guys. I think Overkill's in it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Mysterious group that we don't know anything about. Ooh.
Well, we know 3 people in it.
Yeah.
Then Sumo defeated Sean Libby in what has to be an embarrassing loss for Sean Libby. He goes out, says there's no challengers, and then he loses to Sumo.
Wait, did you
was
give...
Mr. Sucky at ringside by that?
Yeah, he was. But did you give the Joe and William James match a rating?
Didn't I call it 3 stars? Well, then 3 stars.
Okay.
I think he did.
All right. But yeah, Saki was at ringside.
I totally didn't, actually, but... Sumo defeated Sean Libby with Mr. Saki, 2.5 stars. There's not going to be a lot of rating discrepancy here because there's been a lot of stuff that's happened in the last week, and I don't remember much of this show.
Yeah,
outside
Saki
of
was at
Livewire.
ringside. Libby lost pretty good. I mean, he pretty much got smacked around. So.
Yeah, it's 2.5 only for the meaning of it. It wasn't that great of a match, really, to deserve 2.5. Jack Johnson versus Josh D went to a no contest. It gets a complimentary 1 star because no contest is boring and stupid.
And you know why it did, right?
There was another 10-car pileup.
Kinda, sorta. Joey Hallmark came out on stage because his theme was playing. Josh D left the ring to go get him on the stage, and it pretty much fight broke out up on the stage. And while Jack Johnson was in the ring waiting for the timeout, the count out, Razor Sharp came in with the new RCWF World Heavyweight FBB belt and tried to hit Jack Johnson with it, but he ducked and he shit-canned Razor Sharp out of the ring again. And so, yeah, no contest.
Interesting, Jack. Interesting the ref decided to stop counting. But
Yeah.
Good old Spanish ref.
I know.
And then Tuss Blubberson won a 10-man battle royal, which I do love battle royals. Very enjoyable. 3.5 stars. Then we had Bulletproof, which was Kenji and Rago defeating Piranha and Boogie. I thought we fired Piranha again.
He's back. Haven't you seen Piranha 3D? They always come back.
No, I didn't watch that movie. 2.5 stars. Ace Mage defeated Cursed Rivers for a shot in the 10-man battle royal. 3.5 stars. I always love seeing Ace Mage. He lights up the crowd like nothing else. Then we had Cole Rayner defeating Volano in what I thought was a pretty good match. 3 stars. And then Fat Shuffler returned to defeat Mike Burke and Scotty Hollywood, sending them back to the realms of cyberspace. Well, we'll see Mike Burke and Scotty Hollywood in like 3 months, I'm sure.
So, you know what happened to Mike Burke, though, right?
He lost, and I think he lost pretty... something did happen to him, but I'm trying to remember. It was pretty embarrassing.
Yes, it was
I can't
very
remember.
embarrassing. Fat Shuffler pretty much rubbed his
Oh, that's right. He gave him the
butthole all
booty
over-
pop.
Yeah, he pretty much rubbed his stink hole all over Mike Burke's face, and then pinned him for the 1-2-3 right after. So, yeah.
So he's going to go find Raji's crop duster to get the smell off of him.
Yeah.
And then, for a spot in the Royal Rumble, or not Royal Rumble, Ground Zero match, Butcher Pete defeated Glit Nermine in a matchup that I think got muted on Twitch.
Did it?
But Pete won, you know? On Twitch it did. But I think it was, I'm trying to remember why it got muted. It also muted the Far Beyond Better whining segment, so I'm fine with that. But match of the night there. Gave that match of the night.
Wait, Butcher Pete and
Butcher
Glit
Pete versus-
Nermine? Match of the
Yeah,
night?
they're 2 awesome characters having a good match. To light the crowd, you know?
Okay.
You know, characters go a long way here, and, you know, Butcher Pete, you know, trying to win the world title, Glit Nermine, the Enigma, you know, I like that sort of thing. I defeated Snowman via random OP submission, 2 stars. But hey, I got into Ground Zero, and Snowman got bummed, so everyone's a winner. according to the dude.
Yeah. I mean, he got stuck in an abdominal stretch, but hey, a win's a win, right?
Yep. Oh, by the way, during Contagion, Chris Jones blabbed on and on and on and on until he got interrupted by Big Bob, so I'm guessing Big Bob has a title shot. And Far Beyond Better blabbed on and on and on before they got interrupted by DOA. And then we had the main event. Oh, wait, I also got laid up by Nazis, but Chen came out.
Wait, you did?
Saved
Oh,
it.
yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. I remember that now.
Yeah. It was, I got knocked out during the black.
Uh-huh.
But worse would happen to Chen, because, Chen has the worst luck.
Wait, what happened to him?
10-man... Oh, well, we'll get to it. It's the 10-man Battle Royal match. Chen has the temerity to eliminate the chicken.
Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah! No, why did you make me remember that?
The fate's so... Because it's a fate so bad that it's totally going to ruin his career. Just ask the last person who got damned to hell by the dude for messing up the chicken, DJ Silva, who got booked in the main event and won.
Yeah.
So I guess maybe...
How the fuck does that happen? He wasn't even supposed to be booked. But the end of the match was cut off, though.
Yes. I actually did watch the ending on YouTube or Twitch. That was like literally 5 seconds after the feed gets cut off. Max Hyde eliminates Chen, and you're like, the dude is like, "Oh yes, he's gone. Yay for Max or Zach Hero, he's my hero." Starts singing "You're the best around," and then there's an uncomfortably long silence. I was like, "Oh, the feed cut out. They never saw that."
Yes, that's on YouTube.
Yes, it is. So go check it out and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. But DJ Silva wins. So DJ Silva wins. He'll probably go on to face the chicken tonight or tomorrow.
And lose.
But I do enjoy battle royals. Being a fan of my partner Chen, he did last a long time. He got 2 eliminations before getting dumped out by Hero. The last 2 were Silva and Height. And I think Silva was in at like 5, so he lasted a long time to win too.
Yeah.
We also saw Martin Starr and Marcus Ferdinand continue their trends downward. Oh boy.
What
Martin Starr
are we gonna do with Martin Starr? I think he should feud with Sean Broderick, and then at least someone will start getting some wins regularly.
If I was Martin Starr, I would ask for an immediate transfer to Contagion, and then I would steal the Intercontinental belt, because no one's going for it.
Or transfer to Shimmer and steal their Intercontinental belt.
You really want to get in between people like Julie and Miharu and Havoc that might want that belt?
Martin Starr is scraping the bottom of the barrel these days.
They're scraping the bottom of the barrel, and then they're drinking arsenic.
Yeah.
Other things, we saw some people get announced for the Ground Zero match.
Oh, yeah.
John Chaos and Rogue were 1 and 2. And because Rave is an asshole, he said they can't win, and they can't be eliminated unless they go over each other.
Rave's rules. They never make any sense,
so
but they're funny to watch.
There could be a possibility that Rogue and Chaos just decide to eliminate the first 37 other participants, and then whoever's number 40 comes out and wins. Jimmy Jacobs.
That would be funny, and I would hope that it would be the returning Tad Peters.
Knowing Tad's luck, it probably is.
Yes!
I think that's why he's not been booked, because the GMs know if they give him even a shred of a hope, he'll just run for it all he can.
Yep, indeed. So, I think the card only has 3, well, I don't think we even have a card anymore, but the last time it had the Ground Zero match, the U.S. title match, and was that it? That was it.
Yeah, the QZW match as well on the Ground Zero list. It's on the whatchamacallits.
Oh,
The
Zeta
the
board.
Zeta boards.
Yeah. So we talked about that last week. No change.
Oh, it's official now, the US match. It wasn't official last week.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, only the Ground Zero and the QZW match was official. So might as well talk about it now. It's Inyeto versus Doug Bevers. Inyeto has showed a little bit of a mean streak towards Doug Bevers, attacking him, laying him out with the belts. It's clear that Doug and Sean have been getting into the mind of the Native American warrior. But what do you think Inyeto is going to do to keep the title around his waist?
I think he's going to have to resort to dirty tactics. I think he's going to have to play fire with fire, and I think that's what we've been seeing here lately. He can't be the blue chipper fighting for my ancestors, doing it nice and prideful and all this. It's not going to work. He's got to get his hands a little dirty against someone like Sean Carter. Ask Timothy Chin, ask Gil Thunderstrike, ask anyone who's ever had a dealing with Sean Carter. He's not the most honest person in the roster, and he will find ways to screw you over if he gets the opportunity. And I think Inyeto has found that out early on, thankfully before the title match takes place next Tuesday. So now he's trying to one-up Doug Bevers by hitting him with titles after conversations and whatnot, and try to lay him out and soften him up for that title match. Because I'm quite sure he probably thinks that there's going to be a lot of Sean Carter run-in the middle of that title match. And apparently Doug Bevers is fighting for just as much on the line as Inyeto is when he revealed that he's kind of a loner in QZW. The only person that would really be his friend or even talk to him was Sean Carter, and he's having to prove himself to the only peer friend that he has in QZW. So, being lonely is a hell of a thing, and if you find someone that's willing to hang out with you and chill out with you and, interact with you, you don't want to lose that, because then you're all by yourself again. So he's got to make Sean Carter proud and beat Inyeto at Ground Zero, because if he doesn't, I don't know what's going to happen. So, very intense match from both sides of it. A lot of emotion involved. It's not just a U.S. title match. There's a lot more else on the line.
And quickly, the other four people announced for Ground Zero: Mike Metal, Fat Shuffler, Max Crimson, and of course, Poster Boy Graham. So, I'm not sure if Mike Metal is even going to make it into the ring.
Yeah, he may get her Wolfganged out by everybody else. Or Scipio will attack him before he can make it, and he'll just get Curtis Axled.
Okay, that's it for me.
All right. Well, guys, thanks for listening to podcast number 11. This was a Zomspawn presentation here tonight. The 11th podcast as Zombie Talk every Monday. We started a bit late tonight, but that's because your host had a long and busy week. Next Monday will be number 12, and I will be on the air with Domino, former QZW World Heavyweight Champion. He'll be joining us next week, and I'm sure there will be a lot of stories to listen to from him, considering he joined back in the chat era in the final version of RCWF. So he's seen a lot of things starting day one in the JTV era and beyond. So that should be a good one. And also, I'm not sure if anyone was actually here and anticipating to see WWE SmackDown tonight, and I hate to do this because the last time I literally streamed was freaking the football game on Wednesday against Texas. That is literally the last time I streamed. So 1, 2, 3, Jherr94. It's been 5 days since I done a stream, and it's just crazy. But I am like so exhausted. This weekend for me was so exhausting. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. If you have me on Facebook, you've seen the pictures and everything. But it was a lot of fun to hang out and stuff. But I'm just like winding down now and trying to relax and get my strength back. So right now I'm kind of in a conundrum here. I could stream WWE SmackDown on PS1 tonight and stay up late, and do that thing and be still tired as hell tomorrow for QZW, or I can just nix that tonight, go straight to bed right after I go off the air here, and have tons of energy for QZW tomorrow, which is the go home show before Ground Zero. And while juggling those two decisions, I think I'm just going to go ahead and call it good tonight and put all my energy into QZW tomorrow night, because I know everyone wants to see a good show. There's going to be a lot of things wrapping up. We're going to get a full card based on tomorrow night's shows. So a lot of things are going to have to go down. A lot of things are going to have to get patched together. There's still a lot of unfinished business that needs to be dealt with tomorrow night on the last show before Ground Zero. And then my rest of my week this week here at Zombchicken is going to be busy as hell. As Jherr previously mentioned, I've got a 2-part Gears of War series, Wednesday, Thursday, back to back. It's a part 1 and a part 2 of Gears of War, the original game. That's going to be done here. That will for sure 110% happen. And then Friday, it's going to be fun and games with Broforce again. It was so fun the last time we did it over on the other side. I decided to throw it back on the February schedule. So I can't wait to do that again. That was a lot of fun. And apparently there's some sort of alien update thing now, so I'm okay with that. I just got to unlock Ellen Ripbro because she's my favorite, and hearts all day, every day. And also, don't forget, the next football game for us is on Friday before Broforce. We'll be taking on Kansas, the Kansas Jayhawks. And so that's pretty exciting. I can't wait to see what Zomspun does after our 2 amazing wins over OSU and Texas in that order. So that'll be happening. And then, of course, the big kahuna on Saturday. That's right. 24 hours of Resident Evil right here live. It's happening the 21st and ending on the 22nd. That's a Saturday, Sunday. It'll be right here at the end of the week. It's going to get crazy. I don't even want to think about it right now because I'm so tired, but I'm going to have to get full energy and everything. And then, of course, a week from tonight, we'll be doing Zombie Talk with Domino, followed by H1Z1 multiplayer. And then, of course, on the 24th, Tuesday the 24th, 14 days from now, will be Ground Zero, QCW Ground Zero, the Rumble match on AIM with the chat. And, of course, the other title match is done via the video game. And then after that, there's only 2 other game nights left in the month of February, and I guess I'll go ahead and mention those 2 while I'm at it. On the 25th, we'll be facing Baylor in the Zomspawn football schedule. That's Wednesday. We'll be back to Wednesdays again for that for week 7, and then I'll be playing Minecraft on the Xbox One for anyone who wants to play with me on the Zomspawn server. And then on the 26th, the last stream in February schedule will be EWR, and Mr. Crackers will be back again to take over TNA from last month's first part of that series. So, looks like a pretty exciting rest of February. Got some awesome playthroughs. I'm really sad. I'm really legit sad that I was not able to do my Fallout 3 last Wednesday and Thursday. I'm really sad about that because usually if I put a game on my schedule, that means I really want to play it. And I was sad that I could not do either the 11th or the 12th last week for Fallout 3. So I'll definitely be adding Fallout 3 back in March on the schedule for missing that. And, of course, SmackDown, WWF SmackDown on the PS1, I'll be adding that back. I might actually do, March is the Zomspawn Mania anyways. So, yeah, I'll probably do that as part of the Zomspawn Mania anyways. So that works out. That's good. But, yeah, Fallout 3 will definitely be pushed to March. And of course, this week is Gears of War on Wednesday, Thursday. That is definitely happening. I want to play it. I want to do it. It's going to be lots of fun. And then Broforce, something casual before my 24-hour marathon. So yeah, I've got a long and crazy week ahead of myself, starting with QZW tonight. So I really should get my rest and recover, and not burn myself out. So for anyone that was anticipating seeing SmackDown 1 tonight on the schedule, sorry, but I'm going to have to push it back. I think when compared with one or the other, everyone would just want me to have energy for a great QZW tonight. So that's what I'm going to do, and we'll roll with that. Also, props out to BoyBoy88, aka Josh D, for coming in and guest streaming on Friday night. I missed it due to my crazy schedule. But I caught glimpses of it while it was happening. League of Legends, I think Grim was playing as well. But thanks to Josh D for stepping in and doing a guest stream there. Hope it went over well. Hope everyone enjoyed it. And he's actually only the second. Yeah, there's only been 2 guest streamers on Zombchicken so far. The first was Jherr, and the second was Josh D. So there's only ever been 2 people to stream here other than Mr. Cluckles. So yes, yes, yes. All right, well, that pretty much runs it down. If you ever have any questions about what's going to be happening on this channel, scroll down, click the calendar, and also don't forget to click and vote for me on top streamers. The banner is at the very bottom of the Twitch page. There's one set up for Zombchicken and Zombspawn, so vote for both every day. You get a vote every 24 hours, so keep those clicks going and support Zombspawn and Zombchicken. I guess that's going to do it for me tonight. So no SmackDown tonight. Next time I stream, it will be for QZW Tuesday night, which is tonight. See you there. It's the Go Home show. Lots of storylines, lots of story development. We'll be unraveling at a very quick pace because this is the last show before Ground Zero. So expect a good, healthy show tonight. And I hope to see everybody there. Hope we have a good show. Hope we break 50, 60, maybe 70 viewers at some point. It's going to be awesome. For Jherr coming in to guest here on the 11th Zombie Talk podcast, and Gil doing his QZW report, I'm Tad, and I will see you tonight for QZW Wrestling. Thanks, everybody, for watching, and I hope you enjoyed Zombie Talk podcast. Take it easy, everybody. Have a good night.